Hebrew word tam means perfect, in the sense of being whole, complete, blameless, and mature. This word is used to describe Job. In the King James Version of Job 1 verse 1, it says, "And there was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil." In the King James Bible, the word tam is translated as perfect 9 times, undefiled twice, and upright once, and each of these translations are in line with the meaning of the Hebrew word tam. But one time this word is translated very differently. The King James Bible reads in Genesis 25 verse 27, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents." In this passage, the King James translation diverges from the meaning of tam and instead uses a word that has nothing to do with the meaning of the Hebrew word tam. Why weren't the King James translators consistent and translated the above as Jacob was a perfect man, like they did for Job in Job 1 verse 1? I found out a long time ago that when the King James translates a verse that is not consistent with the Hebrew, all you have to do is look to the Septuagint to find out why they translated a particular verse the way they did. When we look at Job 1 verse 1 again, we see the Hebrew word tam. Then the Septuagint translates this Hebrew word with the Greek word amemptos, which also means perfect. And the King James translation is consistent with both the Hebrew and the Greek and translates this as perfect. But when we examine Genesis 25 verse 27, where we also find the Hebrew word tam, we find that the Greek Septuagint translated the Hebrew word as aplastos, which means plain or simple. And the King James translation bypasses the Hebrew and instead follows the Greek Septuagint in its translation.